really good to see our club partner from the end of the summer vacation, because our club partner is so wonderful and great and so friendly that treat us the 5 weeks in WW, let us to feel like the WW is the second home of us, right? Okay, so the next session is that the presentation will be going on as section 1. So the section 1, the first group is, we have 3 people. The first one is Professor Beth, yes, and our partner is Kerry from Yale, okay, and me, yeah, okay, and let me introduce myself. I'm Vivian, okay. So I'm the first one, and it's maybe I think it's a reason that I'm doing the MC job, because I think I'm so lucky to be the first one. I don't need to be so nervous until 5 p.m. But I got it. So don't choose the family. Don't got the family name as Lin, because Lin is almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 8 row. And if you got a Lin for the family name, and don't choose a North school because Kevin will line it out for the North to South. So here I am. Okay, so here is my school. Let me show you. Okay, so our topic is the small classroom, big world that kids explore the world with a cloud project. And this picture is our Jingtong train station. And the tourists will release the sky lantern on the train's railway. Yeah. And here is our school. You can see that it's surrounded by mountains. And it's a rural area in the New Taipei City. So on the weekend, most of the tourists will come to Jingtong, and sometimes we will have a foreigner tourists too. And even when you're in a remote area, our teachers in Jingtong work so hard to dedicate to create so many chances that kids can know more about the world. So then we have so many activities. Like next week, we have Christmas party on Tuesday and concert on Friday. And we are going to try so hard to let kids learn more. So that's why we joined this project. And we also have some poetry class, violin class, and the percussion instrument class, and dancing class, and so many activities. So sometimes we joke about that student is more busier than teachers. Yeah. And here is my college. My college is so great because, for example, this just like these projects, it's whole school to join AA. It's not just me. So whole school help us and to do this project. And our student is so lovely too. And our student, because we have a small number in Jingtong, so we will have so many activities students will do together. They will do together from 1st grade to 6th grade, and we will eat breakfast, lunch, dinner together, and practice violin together, and do homework until 7 to 8 p.m. together. So yeah, it's our student. And also they are going to, this is the mixed age class in our school. So yeah, for the Chinese class and the math class, it's like 1st grade and the 2nd grade will have class together because we are the small number of students. So they will have the classmate they can discuss in the class. Yeah. This is our school. This is my school, Jingtong. And the mixed age class is really concerning because even in the 2nd grade, students' learning speed is so different, even in the 2nd grade. But I have the 2nd grade to teach in the same time. So if I also use home English to teach in the class. And I'm afraid of not that some students will not ability to respond in English. I don't want my student to be a guest in class. So it's really concerning me about that. But after so many club lessons, I think this problem is not a problem at all. So it's thankful I have a great partner, Beth and Kerry. They helped me a lot to figure out this problem. Yeah, so later I will show you the cloud lesson we have and how to solve this problem and use whole English to teach. And there's some skill I use in my lesson plan. The first one, the most important thing is that we need to motivate students first. So the topic we choose is based on students like and we like. So like pets, food, package, and American currencies. We also use the cultural exchange. Cultural exchange part is the fun part because they will have Beth to pack and will have Beth to know Taiwan's currency and some food is must to eat in Taiwan, and also know that Beth knows that the sesame is tell the sesame's Chinese to Beth so that Beth can say I a larger with the sesame, so no sesame, no zhima to the when she eats anything. Yeah. Okay. And listening and speaking skill I use is the TPRS and the storytelling, and also the real situation. So the real situation is that Beth came to our school, so kids really happy with that. So they have to thousands of questions to ask. For example, they will ask why Beth say good morning to us and we reply good evening. It's so strange because I always say good morning and I say good morning, but they need to reply back good evening. Yeah. And for another aspect is that one of my students is from the first grade and he is so cute that from the last Monday he keep asking the question is Beth flying now? I said no, not yet. She will fly on Friday. And then Wednesday, on Saturday, on Tuesday, and he asked again, is Beth flying now? I said no, not yet. And keep asking on Wednesday and Thursday until on Friday. I said yes, finally. Beth is flying now, she's in the plane. And finally they see that on the Sunday night. So happy to do this. Okay, so it's our kids with Beth. It's love Beth so much, don't want you to leave. And it's our club lesson. They really enjoying it, enjoying the class. And it's why I do in my classes I will do a video tab and keep a teacher journal and observe students' reaction. We're happy. Cool. And I'm going to share some topic of we already do in the crowd lesson. So before the summer vacation, we do the topic is get to know each other. So first class is teacher Beth is introduction, and before the second class, kids are going to prepare their PowerPoints about their picture, their name, Chinese name, and English name, and what they like to eat. And I will send a PowerPoint to that. And so before the kids sit in front of the computer and introduce themselves to teach to Beth needs to guess their name first. So it's really fun, and kids love a lot about when Beth got a wrong name to say. So kids will say, no, she's not Lulu, she's Ella. So it's really fun, and kids love a lot. And after the guessing name, it's the time to let kids to introduce themselves one by one. And they will prepare a question and write down on the paper and draw some pictures. So here is the Chinese question. Have you ever been to Taiwan? And she drew Taiwan and America here. So cute. And this is Sarah's question, is that she drew some dishes here, and she have to choose one. What do you want to eat? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the next lesson is, the next topic we do is the American currency. So before the class, I prepared so many paper money of the US dollar and the Taiwan dollar, and kids really love it. So after class, they took all of the paper money away. It's my money, don't take it away. Okay, so the first we do is that we introduce them the exchange rate between the US dollar and the new Taiwan dollar. Then Beth will say the colas, how much cola costs in the US dollar, and the kids are going to show the Taiwanese dollar to Beth. So, and Beth will say, wow, kids will say, wow, so expensive. So they won't drink cola. Yeah, that's good. And then I will share some Taiwanese food in New Taiwan dollar, and kids are going to do math to translate it into the US dollar. So Beth will say, wow, so cheap and so delicious. Yeah, Taiwanese food. And the last thing we do is compare the same things and the different price. Okay. So here is what we do in the second class. Here. Oh, sorry. Here. Because the class is for 5th and 6th grade, so I'm going to trying to do some writing to let them to try. So they are going to use this form to make them into PowerPoint and introduce to that. They are going to introduce one thing I really need to bring to Taiwan, and one thing that I really need to must to eat in Taiwan. Yeah, so that know more about Taiwan here. As a food lesson we do the KW form first, that kids, and then we do 3rd and 4th grade kids. So that will introduce one food, and they are going to discuss and put the picture on the which one is famous in America, or famous in Taiwan, or famous both. So after they stick on the poster, and they are going to tell the answer to that, because the poster is that cannot really see clearly. So they are going to tell Beth the answer. They are going which degree and which part. So Beth will use the Padlet to show the answer, because the Padlet's picture can move around, so it's really helpful to do this activity. And then we divided, the second class we divided so many food into 5 groups of food. And the last one we do is compare the Taiwanese meal and the US meal. They are so different. It's a cultural exchange. Kids will say, what? No rice in the lunchbox? This is potato, really? And cookies, what? No cookies. Okay. I quickly share this. Our pet lesson, can you give me 1 more minute, Kerry, please? 1 more minute. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, so here is our pet lessons. It's the kids draw a KWM form, and we are going to divide it. Some animal can be pet and some animal don't. Yeah, it's what we do. And the last one is that second class is we playing a video, because I have pet and Beth have pet, and children know so many animals then. So we are going to use this topic that can let kids to involve in. So here is what we do. After we play the Vivian and Harry's video, and we will ask is Harry sleeping or is Harry running? So kids will speak out is sleeping. This picture is sleeping. So it's use either or question to make kids to speak out. Yeah. So the last one we do the touching game is kids really good at. Okay. So it's because I just saw that. Yeah. Okay. So here, small class, big word. We are going to make some change and let the kids to explore the word together. Okay. So thank you so much. Let me welcome our partner. He's already here.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, before I start my presentation, I would like to introduce my principal, Lucy Zhang. Thanks for her support. And her accompanying while teacher Beth was here in Yale Elementary School in the past 3 days. Thank you. So now I'm gonna start my presentation. So this. Okay, the same title, and this is me, Yale Elementary School, Chen盈材, also known as Kerry. School background, skip, because just like we are small and my students are cute and smart, so I learned a lot from my trip in Washington University. So kind of like storytelling, TPR, and the drama. So I used more like exaggerate like expressions in my school, especially with my little kids. So, but today I'm going to reveal the strategy is class strategy, cooperative street paragraph. So first when I saw Beth present this method to all of us, I was kind of surprised. I love it. So I decided I had to use it in my school. Yes, come on. So why did I use it? Of course it's easy and fun. It's meaningful learning, so I will explain why it's meaningful learning later. So it's from group work to teamwork, right? And it's a writing method, especially with interaction, and which is very amazing. So how did I do it? I will show you guys a lot of pictures. So I begin the topic. I had my student kind of brainstorming, so I write the answer. They were thinking about my topic, which is Chinese New Year. So I give away the different color of markers and I group them so that they can talk with each other. So kids put in their heads together, discussing and come up their sentences. So one of the most interesting part for kids is that they can write. They can do their handwriting. They can use markers. They can write the strips. Even see the girl, she is the lowest achiever in the class. She could enjoy the writing. So kids writing down their sentences on the sentence strips and placing them on the chart pockets in front of the class. So actually I did that. But still, so I rearranging and reorganizing the strips. But in the process, I asked my students, should I put this here? Should I maybe here? So or should I add some words here? And they totally agree. So that's what I'm doing. So I am putting on the topic sentence and adding the topic. So I finished. But after all is gone, so it's I reveal the whole paragraph and I led the class to read it aloud. The whole thing they finished about Chinese New Year. And then we took a group picture, and I told them how amazing the work they just did. Like, oh, you know what? This is not an easy task, even for like high school students. But you guys just did this amazing work together. And I told them just, oh, this is how a paragraph is organized and is done. And my reflection is, so kids, after I did that, I found that kids learned how a paragraph was organized. Lower achievers could even participate and have fun. Kids had to really think and write. They need to get their old memories or what they have learned back to get their sentences. So that's what I call meaningful learning. It's an interactive and interesting method to introduce writing to beginner learners. So now let's talk about my teacher inquiry project. So what concerned me, actually I have mentioned this when we were all in the university, so you can skip. So eventually I wanted to be like spontaneous speakers or spontaneous English learners. And also I was quite worried about the lowest achiever, the girl, her name is Anne. So I was kind of like monitoring her behalf when back then I had on my lesson. So improvement and changes, how I detect the improvement and changes. I use that video, picture, and my own observation. And also I did a student survey. So I will show some videos and pictures. Okay, so this is a video. Okay, this girl, actually she's kind of like struggling, but she's still trying because the person she talked to is teacher Beth. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, so I found that they got more curiosity and motivation. So that's the key, I think, to becoming a spontaneous learners. Although not that much, I think gradually they get more and more involved, especially in the class lesson with teacher Beth. So this is what they did during the process. So they finished a lot of worksheet, they did poster to welcome teacher Beth, and they even arranged the plans for teacher Beth for her trip in Yellow. But it doesn't work because it didn't work because it was so rainy, so annoying. The way to have, I wanted to have my kids to get used to English in the classroom, but I couldn't make it just by myself. But teacher Beth did really help.
Yeah, an apple. And these are
I try to use all English in the classroom, but sometimes they just, refuse to use too much English, even if they really can. But with teacher Beth, they tried, and they love to.
They're one of my favorites.
Okay, next one. This is another clip about how they did in class.
Okay.
I noticed that girl over there, like this. Yeah. She couldn't understand, but she was still very like focused on the whole process. Okay. So slowly and gradually, so more and more English in English classroom. That's what I really wanted to see, and yes. And this is the girl with math. This is my third concern when I revealed my teacher inquiry in the university. And her name is Anne. So you can see, like after so I get them the survey and she did write something on the paper. She said, I feel so confident, I think I'm cool because I can talk to teacher Beth in English. Anne, 2019. She wanted to introduce herself to teacher Beth. She used some really like difficult words, but she was struggling, but she was trying very hard, and I really like it. Okay, 2 minutes ago. And this is the student survey. I prepared some questions. They totally agree, so you can see. So I feel I can understand that 4 language classes, almost all of them did. I was surprised. Then what concerns me, so maintenance, how I maintain how I keep their interest in English, especially after this cloud project is finished, and also how do I transform what they have learned into their maybe tour guiding or school-based curriculum. And cloud lesson, there's me, kids, yes. Of course, we had arranged a lot of different topics to around, not a good word, so make our students feel more interested in our class. So kids feedback, yes. I prefer cloud lesson because I can learn more different things. Because I want to share my ideas, that's why they prefer to base on my class. Yes, so Americans like fish as their pet. Yes, Americans like. And they're happy during the cloud lesson. So pets, food, money, and pets. So I prefer cloud lesson because I can talk to teacher Beth. I learned so much English, so I wanted to talk more in English. I prefer cloud lessons because I can get to know a new teacher and happier in the classroom. Okay, but this one is kind of, okay, he's totally not very interested, but because he's only so he's still someone I need to look up more. Yes, sorry, okay, 30 seconds. So see this principal smile, she's Simone Biles. So according to her, if you are having fun, that's when the best memories are built. And remember to have fun when I'm smiling and having fun. I prefer my best by Simone Biles. So I hope my students can have fun, and I hope all the lecturers fill my English classroom. And with teacher Beth and this cloud project, I kind of made it in halfway. I hope I could just keep it more and more. So thank you all, and everyone Merry Christmas. Wow. Let's welcome teacher Beth.
So fast. So first of all, I think, the coolest cloud party there is. We had a really fun time working together. This was us in Bellingham. I'll talk quickly because I know I don't have much time. Thank you. So for me, it was just wonderful to be able to brainstorm ideas together. Many brains together, working together, have more ideas than one alone. And so we were all able to think of ideas that we wouldn't alone and feed off of each other's energy. So for me, some reflections are some things that for me were really good practice. So as a professor, I don't get to work with students a lot. I work with college students, and I talk about, you should do this. And for me, this was great practice at how to really do it, right? So to be back in a classroom was wonderful, whether it was on the cloud or in the real classroom. And for me, being here was just a really treasured time, and being able, we were talking, all three of us, like how fun it is to be in the same classroom and teach together, how much easier it is also than when I'm trapped on the computer monitor. So it was really, so thank you to both of you. It's been really fun for me. So some things that I really worked on, we worked on together, comprehensible input. We used some graphic organizers. This is, we did, with Vivian, we did this lesson once on the cloud and with a different group together. And I think they mostly understood the point, even though I was only in English and Vivian didn't translate. And so we were able to really use the pictures and some labels to have a pretty advanced conversation about preferences and how some are shared and some are different. And one thing we did is we really had the students get up and do some movement to try to find, who has the label for my picture. So we did an information gap activity. So, and we really worked on, especially together, slowing down our speech and speaking with purpose. So not adding in lots of extra language to make it sound more fancy, but really targeting our language to the level of our students. We also, and Vivian and Kerry both mentioned this, we really tried to pick things we thought would be relevant for the students to create motivation. They want to talk about it. So one thing that the students really loved was my dog Henry. A lot of you have met Henry in Bellingham, and Henry visited many of our lessons when we were on the internet, and so then we were able to have that connection, the kids and I, and they want to know, how's Henry? And we were able to really build that genuine interest into our lessons, because they really wanted to know, how's Henry and how is Vivian's job. So I think for me the takeaway is, again, have your students provide some guidance for you of what they're interested in. And I think this transfers into the content areas as well, because there's always real world applications, okay? So I think too of like at Kerry's school, he's so lucky in his backyard is Yeleo Geopark. Like the school is here, it's here. It's their backyard, it's their playground. And so they have a real reason to talk about and learn the science about where they live so they can share it with others. I won't say much because you heard Caleb and I talk at length about interaction, but this was another thing we really tried to build in, were reasons for students to need to speak with each other. And I think kind of connecting to what Kerry was just saying about sustainability, you're not always going to have a cloud partner to motivate them in that way, and that, oh, it's an English speaker, so now I want to talk. I think part of the challenge, but I think if you can do it, is find ways they really want to talk to each other. So it's not just about talking to the person from the United States, right? Because we can't stay forever. But you have that energy in you, too, to provide that motivation, because you are a multilingual, and that's cool. And you're a global citizen, and that's really cool. And they can interact with that through you. Meaning matters. So here, this is Tim 2. There's Tim 1 and Tim 2. Tim 2 is telling me about, which rock? Mushroom? Mushroom rock, yeah. And he has a real reason to talk about it because he wants to share it with his peers. Right? And then here, a student, we got to do some pottery together, and he has a real motivation to tell me what he's doing, right? They know I don't speak Chinese, so that makes it easier, right? But you have to pretend, and that's okay too. Oh, I don't know what you just said. You'll have to find some English to tell me. Okay. And so provide that real motivation. They need to try harder to find that word. And these are just a few fun memories for me of this time. So, in summary, thank you to our colleagues at MTNU for making this happen, and to my cloud partners for being wonderful partners. So thank you all.